Yo, boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old fast Assassination Rogue, and it has been doing pretty good the start of the season. I've actually gotten a little bit more gear. At this point, I still have the same amount of gear as the last video, but we've started got we've got more gear, so that's nice. Still working on it, but overall pretty nice. Haven't queued any solo shuffle. I'm kind of waiting until I get current best in slot, and then I'll just do a big push, and we'll go from there. Um, the only downside to Assassination being really good is obviously Evokers are really insane, and if you guys didn't know, Evokers have a 1 minute ability that pretty much takes off all dots and everything. So every time all they do is on your Kingsbane and Deathmark, they'll click that ability, and your entire burst is gone. So you'll probably get a few seconds worth. As long as you CC the Evoker while you're bursting, you're gonna get a little bit of time with it. But overall, it is very annoying, but it is what it is. But I haven't really faced much assassination rogues. I've seen a bunch in like world PvP, but I haven't actually like seen really any in arena. Like I have yet to face one in twos. They're not really that popular to be honest. There's a lot of better options in Assass, like DH. Assass is good, but it's not good. It still definitely tastes. It's definitely not. I think it's definitely good enough. As long as they keep it as this, like I wouldn't say Assassination Rogue is a problem yet. That's yet, because if it gets a buff or anything, then it's gonna be a problem. Or if like other things get nerfed and it continues being this good, then obviously it'll eventually be a problem. But nothing gets nerfed in this game, so we'll be alright. Let me rephrase. Rogue only gets nerfed, so the Warlock DH has been broken for the entire expansion, has yet to receive any nerfs. Thankfully, they nerfed DH a long time ago, back when it was literally two-shotting everybody, and it lasted an entire like season. And they still continue being one of the best classes in the entire game. Very nice. Between that and Resto Druid, obviously Resto Druid, I think Resto Druid is good when you're not facing a Evoker. But since there's so many Evokers, Resto Druid's kind of just mid, and as long as people just swap on your HOTS, it's kind of just GG's. One mistake and you're instantly just dead as a Druid right now. Obviously in twos it's going to be overtuned. That's because Druid's always overtuned in twos. Even if it's bad, it's still good. It's kind of like Arms Warrior. Even if it's bad, it's still good because of twos are just weird. But yeah, pretty much easy. You're just putting your bleeds up, kindling, and that's pretty much it. Just saving your shifts for whenever you kidney and just bleeding every target. Obviously, do swaps. Don't just sit on one target. Always have double bleeds up like I'm doing here. As you can see, they're both just kind of tanking in damage, and that's kind of what you want. Because eventually they're just gonna die. So we're just kindling. We're doing be damn. He actually ends up throwing me away here. I end up killing it immediately. And as you can see, we're kind of just hitting it. Bro, these totems got a lot more tanky, or maybe my damage is a lot weaker. I feel like I used to be able to kill those totems so much quicker, and that's faster than usual, to be honest. Usually it's a lot slower than that. You're pretty much using your Shadow Dance to Garrote, because your Garrotes you really want those subterfuge, or whatever it's called, Garrotes. You're going to get a lot of pressure off those, so like coming out of stealth with Garrotes is like the best thing that you can do. And then keeping up your the red blades, whatever it's called. I'm running that build, so keeping that up is actually really good as well. And as you can see, it was kind of just a blowout game here. Obviously, melee is control twos, so it's very rare that I'll lose to a caster in twos. It has happened, like if a warlock plays with a Resto Druid, it can definitely be annoying, but usually it's not. Like here, this was just a complete annihilation. There's nothing these guys could have done. So here I'm just multi-bleeding here, or double bleeding. Getting both bleeds out. I'm going to burst the priest, pretty much death mark, shiv, and just put out damage here. Probably going to kidney the DK, because obviously there's no point of DR kidneying the priest, so I'm just going to kidney the DK, put my bleeds up here in a sec. So getting my calm points. Okay, looks like I'm not going to kidney, or maybe I will. Yep, he trinkets. Nope, he iceborns instead, so I smoke bomb. So there we got Iceborne for pretty much free. I DR Blind, which was bad, but I do it into a Gouge, into a Stun. So it actually ended up being really good. Just to start off our pressure. So I forgot that even I thought the DRs would have been off. I guess in my head I thought they were off. It must have been like a 2 seconds off from being off DR. Usually like my muscle memory kicks in and I'll know when it's off DR, but I guess that time it just my brain was not working. When you're playing this type of comp, you're kind of just Pving. It'd be like that. So here we kind of just literally just full throttle these people and they don't know what's going on, and we end up taking them out. These guys actually got close to beating us. This was actually a hard matchup. I'm drinking the good old fashioned Kool-Aid. But yeah, this one was a lot harder. Hunters in general and twos are kind of difficult to beat sometimes. Just depends. So here I don't trinket. I get my bleeds up. Kidney this guy. We're going to full throttle him here with all of our burst. We're going to offensively evasion because he's popping all of his damage. And we're kind of just pumping all of our dam. We shiv again on top of the other shiv. That way we can just get completely get as many. Unfortunately, pet sacked our entire go. So that kind of sucks. But we just swapped to the hunter here, try to get CDs. He domes. Good dome by him. So here we got Max bleeds up on everything, and we're kind of just full throttling with his pets and everything. So here we just go back to the priest, kidney him, keep our bleeds up, and that's pretty much that. We're basically going to vanish to get Garrotes up again. So Garroting, blinding the healer. I'm not going to be able to sap. I can gouge if I need to, so it looks like I can gouge off of it. He PS's. At this point, we're kind of in trouble. My guy just needs to, put some fat heals out. You know what I'm saying? So here I end up smoke bombing, which actually probably ended up saving me. But I see that my guy's kicked, so we're kind of in trouble here. We really need to top ourselves. He gets actually silence here. He might trinket to silence. He actually trinkets I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna definitely have to trinket that trap. Here I swap to the healer behind the pillar. That way I'm trying to line the guy. He actually didn't fake cast me here, so he ends up dying. He gets a really good mind game. So thankfully my cheat death I think procs and it saves me. Because I kill him. Thankfully I just had enough pressure. He actually just runs away from me for no reason. I'm surprised he didn't just sit on top of me. If he sat on top of me, he probably would have killed me. I was at 20%, 15%, no evasion, no CDs. My guy had Guardian up, but that's about it. So had he maybe sat on me, he actually may have killed me. But I think he would have died to the priest regardless, so it was GG's. So here, we're basically just gonna same thing. I usually just open on healers, and the main target's usually going to be the healer, but sometimes, obviously, you'll kill the DPS. I don't trinket the disarm because there's no point. I can save it for the stun if I want, or I can save it for the incap. I just want to do dam. We'll see. Usually, I'll save it for the stun, though. So, yeah, I trinket evasion the stun immediately because, obviously, he's doing unhealable dam, same as me. So, here I kidney him again, smoke bomb, so he can't incap me. It looks like he's going to incap. Actually, I don't even know if he has incap. It looks like the Windwalker. No, yeah, he did, but he used on the priest. Here I kicked the evoker or the Mistweaver. We're kind of just he's fist weaving. The problem with fist weaving in twos is it's good, but it's also not good. I think if you have current bets in slot, it's pretty good, but like otherwise, it's rough. The healing is kind of just in twos, it just doesn't feel good, but in like everything else, it feels good. Maybe Windwalker Mistweaver isn't even good in the first place. If he was playing with like a Ret or a Warrior or something, maybe it would be okay. But as you can see, we're kind of just full throttling them, and there's not much they can do at this point. We're kind of just killing them through air. So we kind of just take him out, and even though I'm disarmed, I have my shiv on him, all my dodge, and that's pretty much that. I know he has stun coming up, or he actually has it up right now, so I'm kind of trying to just delay the inevitable. Because obviously he's going to stun me. He has no CD, so we're most likely not going to die. My guy's not CC'd either, so we take him out. Wrestler Druid DH. Now, Wrestler Druids and twos are really hard to beat because there's only one way to beat a Druid, and that is by going the Druid. So, I've been teaching Sicko how to play, and he's actually gotten a lot better. We're like, I think we're like 47 and 16 or something, and we're like 1900, like 2k MMR. Pretty much, we've won pretty much. He's gotten a little bit more gear, and we pretty much win every game that's not an Invoker. Pretty easily, to be honest. But all you need to do is you have to go the Druid whenever you can hit the Druid. So whenever he comes out of LOS, don't chase him around a pillar unless you know you can hit him. Now as a DH, you're able to do that. You're able to sit on a target. As a rogue, you're able to do that too sometimes, where you're able to just sit on the druid. You're basically just trying to swap off hots and off kidneys. So here we're just double bleeding, and the moment I know he has Ironbark or he has full hots, I'm just gonna swap, or I can just sit on him. As you can see, it just depends on the situation. I know kidney's coming off DR, so I can kidney him here in a second once my kidney's off, or I can vanish, cheap shot. We'll see what happens. So it looks like I'm gonna kidney here in a second. So I kidney here, but damn, I'm gonna bleed the DH because I don't really have much pressure here. So we're just gonna bleed the DH, get more. We're gonna double every time you shiv. You're gonna get a double shiv. So we're basically the DH by him stacking on top of me is really good for us because we're getting free dots out. We're getting free double of the damage by him not going our healer. That's what's bad about going melees. That if you're forced to stack, always go the healer. Unless if let's say I went the DH and my DH goes the healer, that's what you want to do, because you want to be hitting two people at once at all times. The more you can hit two people, because the more damage you get put out, like if you look at my damage versus the DHs, I'm literally doubling his damage. That's mainly because I'm hitting two people at the same time. So now he realizes, oh, I need to go priest, because that's what you have to do. If I go your healer, you have to go my healer. If you sit on me, then you're gonna take on heal Badan for no reason. So here we're gonna kidney the healer here in a second. It looks like we're gonna bleed the DH before we do that. It looks like I step kick him before he can get the Cyclone. I'm still bleeding him. He cyclones me. I'm not gonna trinket because I don't have any CDs anyway, and there's no point of doing it. So here I'm just bleeding up the DH again because there's nothing more I can really do right now. My healer really needs to be on the pillar. It looks like he gets a really good fear there. So here I can kidney shot. So nice, we get a good kidney. I smoke bomb so the DH can't incap me. And as you can see, he's kind of just topping himself up pretty easily. Obviously, versus rest of druids, it's going to be a long game usually. But here I think we end up just full throttling him with Deathmark, and we actually end up killing him. So here he has Trank, but at this point, we have all our CDs back. We full throttle him here. I have Vanish. So here we're going to Vanish, and then once he gets out of the Trank, we're just going to silence him. So here he comes out, we silence him, and then event him, and now we just full throttle him, and he ends up getting taken out. So that was just full throttled, and we ended up getting GG. So here another BM Hunter, and here I usually do the same thing. Main target's gonna be Priest, but obviously both can die. I think here we end up winning in the opener, and this will be the last game of the good old-fashioned Vidiante. So here we just run out. We're gonna open on this guy, probably garrote him. Yep. So we get our garrotes off really quick. It looks like we're just bleeding him up here. So here I cheap shot the Hunter, cheap shot the Priest. Now we're getting all of our bleeds up, everything up. He's probably going to fear me. We'll see what happens. It looks like I trinket the stun, and then he traps me into a Vanish Garrote, and we win the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.